Should she did any thought we were a success story. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. She cheated, and I thought we were a success story. There's certainly good far more a response than I expected. First, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to read. Respond a vote or a reward. A special thank you for responses that related similar experiences and for those that validated and empathized. I am certainly not alone in this. I have read every comment. I'm fairly new to read it, so I am passing the original below and additional information below that. I'm compelled to provide this to try to answer some of the more common questions. Original, she cheated, and I thought we were a success story. I posted her about what would have been our 23rd wedding anniversary Sunday, but I've never shared my story. Someone who left a nice comment there encouraged me to share, so here it goes. My wife and I met in college, got married after grad school, and had 2 beautiful children together. There were some issues, but life together was generally very good. 3 years ago, we were sitting at a kitchen table during tax season. We were discussing finances, not just a monthly budget, but a big stuff. I found it a bit odd that she was texting during such an important conversation. It wasn't texting the kids. They were both home. To this day, I have no idea who compelled me to snatch her phone from her hand and amid text. I had never suspecting a thing, at least consciously. A look of horror neatly came over her, so I darted into the other room with the phone and locked the door. The next string was about planning a week in Vegas with her affair partner. I was blown away. She was banging on the door, yelling, and sobbing. I texted a guy pretending to be her. I wrote something like, "I can't wait to be between the sheets with you again." His response affirmed that they were sleeping together. While I locked in the room, I called my brother. He came over and convinced my wife to stay with him for a few days. Drama naturally ensued, but after a couple of months of me living on a boat, we decided to try to reconcile. We had weekly therapy sessions together and alone. We each went to 2 sessions a week for about a year. Some ground rules were set. One rule was that she was never to contact a affair partner again. It wasn't a sacrifice that she had no professional or social connections with him other than the affair. I was real blind. I had strong emotions of anger, fear, pain, hopefulness and despair. Gradually, things started to arrive at new normal. Ice-hotted enjoying life with her again. I thought that we were a success story. I used to run a search for Ape's phone number and our phone providers called log often with her knowledge. I did a search less and less as time went on. About a year ago, again, without suspicion, I ran a search and there it was. 2 minutes long calls between them and then 2 calls that were over 30 minutes each. I called Ape's number and the voicemail, Nance's name. I felt that it would be ill-advised from his leave a recording of my thoughts for him. So I hung up. I was crashed. All of the retained trust evaporated instantly. I laid a groundwork by quietly moving some money around, changing passwords, retaining a lawyer, and securing a place to live. After that, I confronted her. I told her that she had broken the ground rule and that I would be living finally for divorce. I went on to say that there was nothing that she could say or a deal that would change my mind, and the discussion in the matter was pointless. Of course, germ ensued. I've been going for about a year now. We co-parent well, and the divorce process has gone smoothly. Our children are well and mostly happy. I guess those are successes. Additional info. Soon-to-be ex-wife, her income will be sufficient to support her. I pay part of the mortgage on the house and monthly support for our daughter. We are selling the house when my daughter graduates from high school and splitting the equity. That will be enough for her to make a down payment for a new place to live. She will be fine. I have no idea if she has a relationship with AP, she may be dating him or someone else, but probably hasn't had any men at the house. Our daughter would have told me. Affair partner, she met him at work before she switched careers. We had no interactions with our social circle. I vaguely recall him meeting at one of her former employer's holiday parties. On a first D-Day, soon-to-be ex-wife told me that he was single. I didn't bother to ask after the second D-Day. I don't participate in much social media, but I have searched the web for him. Nothing that indicates his relationship status comes up. If I found out that he is in a relationship, I will certainly tell his significant other. Kids, our son is in a rigorous program at college and is a very demanding internship in the summer. When he is in the area, which is very often, he splits his time between us and enjoys staying on a boat some nights. I live in the entertainment district downtown, so when he's in town, he often crashes through my door late at night on the weekends with his buddies to steep it off. I enjoy making big breakfast for the boys. The following morning, our daughter lives with her mom during the week and with me on the weekends. She is an athlete with year number of friends assume most of the weekend stays or spent driving her to practice or to a friend's house. She likes to invite friends to my place for a night on a town and sleep over. Again, breakfast is fun. They both know that mom was unfaithful. I don't bring it up, they haven't asked many questions, and I prefer to leave it that way. Both have had a few sessions with a therapist and the therapist told me that she doesn't think additional sessions are needed. The divorce? We have taken a collaborative approach. We are splitting things fairly equally. We won't have any financial obligations to each other. We are daughter graduates from high school and the house is sold. Some of our assets should typically place a value on and complexity of that has prolonged the process. Why did she cheat? This question haunts me. My heart desperately wants an explanation. It just wants an explanation to make sense of it all. Just why? Was I not enough? Was I not satisfying in a bedroom? Is my dad bought a turn-off? Did I say or do wrong things? Resign that's attentive enough. Is a fair partner just better? What's wrong with me? I could go on and on. My mind, on the other hand, knows a few things. To me, there is no value reason to cheat. No one forced her to remain in the marriage. She could have filed divorce papers, told me, and then jumped right into her relationship with someone else. That much could have stopped that. I believe that she wanted to benefit something new without a cause of losing what she had. I'm not sure if she assumed that I had stopped checking phone records or if she, and some level wanted to be caught. What did you know is that if I'm listening to her supposed reason for cheating, I would be allowing her to justify her actions. I am not willing to give her that comfort that comes with justification.